Hello my friends, welcome to the jungle. As you can see, we've got our cages behind us and we've got one on the floor over here. So we're going to be switching up the Crested Geckos setup a little bit today, so we're going to talk to you a little about them and a little bit about what we're doing with that. So we'll see you in a few. Hello, I have a little Crested Gecko here that I thought I would share with you guys. This is Zuko. He's not showing up quite as red on the video as he looks in real life, but he's very orange. He is our male Crested Gecko, and we've got, oh, he's leaping. He's running away. Okay. We've got our female Crested Gecko here, if you can see her. That's Ash. Let me get Zuko back before he runs off. So they are about at sexual maturity, and they're nice and chunky. So Clint is going to put them in the same cage together and try to breed them. So hopefully we'll have some little baby Crested Geckos soon. Honey, how long did you say it takes them once she starts making her eggies? For her to lay them? Yeah, so it should be pretty swift. Hopefully they'll, since this will be their first rodeo, they might not be interested, but we'll see, I guess. And, we've got a pretty big cage for them, and I'll show you another clip in a minute of the cage, or Clint can show you. He's taking some of the live plants out of it right now that have died. But yeah, this is our little Crested guy. He's running off again. They like to leap. They're a little bit less docile than leopard geckos. Come here, buddy. And he's got like sticky pads on his hands, so I don't know if you can see those or not. He's got, their hands are like sticky, and they have nails that they can either put down or not put down, depending on how much they want to grip something. Here's my little buddy. Hey, Zuko. Honey, would you mind turning the light on behind me?
Sure.
So you can see him a little better. Oh, you keep running away, buddy. Come back. There you go. See, he's a little, like, orange. They don't, these are not part of the eyelid geckos, so they don't have eyelids, they don't close their eyes. And maybe he'll get really lucky and he'll lick one of his eyeballs for you. Zuko! Look. He's very focused on getting on the couch for some reason. Hello! Anyway, this is Zuko. And let's see, here's Ash. She's a good lizard. She actually, when we moved her here to Sacramento, the climate here is quite different than it was in Eureka, where Clint had her before. And so it's a lot more humid there. It's kind of cooler there, and just kind of with the stress of moving, she decided she was going to stop eating. So we spent probably a few months, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably a few months.
Probably a few months hand feeding her, because she got so skinny that she developed a little bit of what's called metabolic bone disease, where they don't have enough calcium intake in their bodies to support bone health. So she's got kind of a little bit of a funky leg. Maybe I'll show it to you in a minute. And she got pretty skinny, and we had to start kind of, I don't want to say force feeding her, but we had to so what they eat is crickets or mealworms. They're omnivores, so they'll also eat mostly fruits. So what we did was they have this Pangea diet, this dried diet for crested geckos that you put in with water, and we mixed it with some baby food because she wasn't taking worms or crickets from us, and we would basically just kind of, here, I'll show you, I'll give you an example on this little guy here. We would wipe it on her little snout, right where his nostrils are. So we'd just kind of wipe it on there, and eventually it'll irritate them enough that they'll lick it off. So we basically just did that with her every single day for several months and got her to gain weight. And once she started eating again, she started eating by herself, and we fed her some smaller prey items in her cage. What were they, soldier fly larvae?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we started feeding her those, and she started eating by herself again, and she's perfectly healthy now. She's doing much better. She's a little chunky monkey now. But yeah, so that was kind of our first experience with the little critters when Clint moved here. Just like any person or any other animal, they can be traumatized when they're moved from their home place and they're not in a place they're familiar with. And so that was that experience. Let me give me a second, and I will get her out and show you her a little more up close. A little Ashy. So one of the kind of, I guess, positive consequences of having to hand feed her for so long. Here, let me get this. The lighting is not super great in that direction. So one of the kind of positive consequences of having to hand feed her for so long is she's a lot more tame than Zuko is. So she's totally fine with me handling her here. You can see her little face. Let's see. See my hand shaking a little bit there, sorry. Here's Ash, and oops. There she is. You can see she's got a little gecko gut on her. She's definitely doing healthier. And you might not even be able to really tell from this angle that she's got, this leg is the one, this one right here is the one that's got a touch of metabolic bone disease. So you can't really tell when she's in that position. Let me see if I can get her to move around. So, oh! She wants to come say hello to me. So maybe you can tell now. Oops. I just said she was tame, and now she's leaping all over the place. You can also kind of see the saddles on her back there, the way that she's kind of brindled in her pattern, which is kind of cool. But you might be able to tell that this ankle is kind of facing a little bit different of a direction. See her little foot there than this one. This one's a little more able to turn. You can see her kind of hanging on to me there. They also hang on with their tails. They're actually sticky on the end of their tail too, and they'll use that to kind of grip things in addition to their hands. So let me see if I can show you their little hands here. Okay, so there's my girl. Maybe you can see here, she's got these like nails on the end of her fingers that she's kind of using to grip. There's a Zuko over there. Looks like a leaf. Let's see here. They don't tend to like the fabric quite as much. It's a little harder for them to grab. You see she's like raising up her toes right there so that she can release and jump. So these little toes here. It's facing up. See, there's those toes which are facing kind of up, and then she's kind of gripping with these back ones, and they're flat. There's my little gecko bot.
This is my 25-gallon aquarium that we use for the Crested Geckos. Originally I had both of them in here, but after I moved, as Brandy explained, Ash didn't fare so well, so we put her in a 10-gallon, and I kept Zuko in this 25-gallon. But now she seems to be doing just fine, so I'm going to put them back together. I just redid everything in here. They're arboreal, so there's a lot of different things to climb up on. You know, creep around. They creep around the glass too. A lot of fake plants for them to hide. They like to hide during the day. Usually in the back somewhere while they sleep. And it's kind of funny when they sleep, they keep their eyes open, except their pupils get really small, and the little eyelashes, because sometimes they're called eyelash geckos, they fold down so you actually can kind of tell that they're asleep. It's pretty funny. I put a couple raised spaces to put their food dishes. There's this one that I made with magnets I bought on Amazon and some cork bark and a little animal-safe aquarium silicone. Ash is, I think she used to use that. Same with Zuko, but Zuko's been using that one for a while now. He seems to like it. I'll see him up there creeping. Have this one. I put them in these little ceramic dishes, they're food, because it's like a paste.
Let me get you better lighting here.
Yeah. I have this little tiki skull. Ash likes to hide in there. I use this moss on the bottom to keep it humid in there for them. And then I also have this layer system so that the water can kind of collect at the bottom without everything getting all soggy down here. So it'll keep it a little more humid as well. They don't really need it like super warm. I might put like a small, like 25-watt ceramic bulb just to keep them maybe a little warm spot. But generally, as long as you keep it in the 70s, they're just fine. They come from New Caledonia, which is a tropical island, but it's not that warm. It's not super warm, especially where they live, which is like in the rainforest, so it's a little cooler in there. And so I'm looking forward to putting them back together, seeing how they do.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, those are our Crested Geckos. If we want to. Here, let me come into the shot here. I'll say goodbye. Thank you for watching our video. Like and subscribe, and please share it with your friends if you liked it. We think we're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Leave us some comments down below if there's anything in particular that you guys would like to see. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Here they go.